Do your job.
Marcos Villegas for FightHubTV.com, standing here with Millie Fidel sponsored fighter Joseph Henley. Joseph, I'm familiar with you training over there at Reign, you know, seeing you roll around with Mark Munoz and all those guys, but give those fans out there that don't really know who you are, your background, let them know what's up.
All right, I mean, right now we're training at the Reign Training Center down in Irvine, California. That's where I do all of my MMA. Personally, I'm a guy that spreads out a lot through different gyms, so I also train my boxing at Knuckleheads Boxing in Ventura with Joseph Janik. I do all my jiu-jitsu at Gracie Murumbi in Ventura, and they have another school in TO. So I'm kind of all over the place, but my real hardcore, when I get down to it, MMA sparring, rolling, training, all that, goes down with Mark Munoz over at the Reign Training Center. So we've been having a good time with that, you know.
Well, certainly that's a bunch of guys that just train really, really hard, and it's a weird thing that you just get everybody going over there. It's kind of becoming like a mecca of like top level MMA fighters.
Yeah, you know, it's one thing. I think what it is it's Mark's attitude and the way that Mark approaches his people skills. You know, everybody is welcome. There's no egos. Nobody comes in trying to hurt people. You know, we even talk about it while we're sparring, you know, take care of your sparring partners. We've all got fights coming. Yeah. You know, nobody wants to catch the errant cut, and, you know, now you've ruined his fight, you know, opportunity to make money and control himself. So, you know, everybody really, there's just such a positive vibe. Every time you walk in, you're just so happy to be there. You know you're scrapping. Everybody's going to have fun. Even those days where you're just smashing each other, you know, like Jay Silva has got a left hand from hell, and to just put it on you and then be like, you cool?
Certainly you have a very interesting backstory, and I wanted to touch on that and let people know, you know, how is it that you fell into fighting?
You know, we kind of got into it after football. I played collegiate football at California Lutheran University for 5 years. I was a defensive lineman. I got up to about 265 at my heaviest. Yeah, you know, you couldn't quite see my neck, you know, through the rest of it. And, you know, but after football ended, we just kind of, you know, didn't want to hit the gym, didn't want to lift weights. You know, I'd been a meathead for so many years. It was like, I don't need to bench, you know, 800 pounds. I'm cool, you know. And so I walked into a gym one day, saw they had wrestling mats down, and I was like, what are they doing in there? And they were like, jiu-jitsu. And I was like, okay, you know, let's try it, you know. So we started doing it, and then one day I went in, and Loden Kincaid and Carl Parisian were sparring, and they were like, you're a big dude, you know, you want to come have fun? And I'm like, sure. Like, I have a black belt in Taekwondo from when I was a kid, and I wrestled in high school, so I was like, yeah, sure. You know, we're not like beating on each other, right? Because I mean, funny thing is, I've never actually been in a street fight. Yeah. I've never hit anybody out of anger, so I wasn't really sure how to approach it. I was like, yeah, sure, we can have some fun. And I just got hooked. I remember the next day, my face was black and blue. I had marks, and I went golfing with my buddy and his fam, and they were like, what happened to you? And I'm like, dude, I had the best time ever last night. This was ridiculous. And from there on, it just, you know, I was 265 when that happened, and then it was like, dude, I got to get to, you know, I can't fight heavyweights. Let's get to light heavy. And I remember when I got to 205, I was like, oh my God, I've never, you know, I hadn't been that light since 8th grade maybe. Yeah. And so I was like, I got down, I had my first amateur fight, you know, we got down, it was a lot of fun. And then when I really started taking it a little bit more seriously, my boxing coach was like, dude, you're an 85er. And I'm like, you sure? Dude, you've lost your mind. I haven't been 185 pounds since 6th grade. Yeah. Sure enough, I think it was like my 25th birthday or something like that. You know, we step on the scale, 185 pounds. All right, creeping me out. You know what I mean? I'm like, cool. So from there on, it's just, you know, we've been doing what we had to do.
Let me know about your next bout coming up, if you do have one.
I'm trying to find one, to be honest, right now. Promoters, anybody, if you would like me to fight, I would like to put on a show for you. Holler at me, you know. But it's hard, you know. I keep shows either fall out, opponents fall out, things like that. I mean, right now it's hard for me to really get where I'm trying to go. I'm actually going to do the Jiu-Jitsu World Championships coming up early June. There was supposed to be a fight schedule, but they pushed it back. So World Championships are coming. So I'd like to, you know, have a World Championship and, you know, on the title. I think that'd be fun. So we're going to go out there and represent the best we can. So it's been a lot of fun so far. So that'll be the next thing coming up for us.
All right, Joseph. Well, we appreciate the time you took out to talk to us, and we certainly look forward to seeing your progression over there at Reign.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I just want to, you know, give a shout out to everybody at Reign. I appreciate everything you guys do. Mark, Mayhem, Christoph, Jay, Brett, everybody that does a great job for me. All my teammates over at Gracie Marumbi, Ventura and T.O., Knuckleheads Boxing, Powder, Jesse, everybody over there, really appreciate it. And then to my sponsors, Millie Fidel, and actually Adidas. I just signed with Adidas. Yeah, so you can go check out all their stuff at budomartamerica.com. They do all their martial arts gear, so they got the shin guards, the gloves, the headgear, all that kind of stuff, and it's killer. And they're actually doing the PAL. There's a big boxing tournament, amateur boxing tournament in Oxnard right now called the Oxnard PAL. And if you go to oxnardpalboxing.com, they're streaming it live. So if you want to check out some, cool amateur fights, and they're really putting on a great show, give it a look.